Let's look a little bit closer into some problems we can come across while converting negative film and how to solve them. Sometimes your film photo may have been shot in a different lighting condition than the film was originally designed for, or the digital camera used to photograph the film may be more sensitive to certain wavelengths. This can result in a color cast after switching to film negative mode. Our preferred method for correcting this color cast is using the master color wheel in the color balance tool. So for example, in this image there is a strong yellow cast, so I'm just going to go into the master wheel and I'm going to move this center point towards the blue or cyan tones to correct this yellow. Okay, let's take a look at before and after. So this is before, this is after. I think we can still push it a little bit further. We could also use the slider over here to affect the saturation of the adjustment without affecting the tone. I think that's closer to how I would like to have it. So this is before, this is after. So this wheel, as you can see, allows us to fine adjust the image to our liking. Now, if you would like to reuse this setting, you could go onto the hamburger menu and then select Save Custom Preset. Then you could reuse it in other images. In some other cases, particularly with skin, the auto levels may blow out the highlights a bit. To fix this, you can tweak the target output levels in the settings. So let's go into the top menu, Capture One, Settings, and on the Exposure tab, you can tweak this by going into this area here, and let's reduce the highlights target output to, say, 230. Now we close it down, and then we recalculate the auto levels. We can do that by clicking on this button here, or by using the shortcut Command L. These adjustments allows us to preserve details on the highlights while preserving a natural skin tone. In some other cases, if the settings applied after switching to film negative mode do not give a satisfactory result in the highlights, this can be fixed by adjusting the default auto levels clipping thresholds. So again, let's go into the settings, onto the Exposure tab, and then here we have at the bottom the auto levels clipping thresholds. And then we go onto the highlights, and then we're going to adjust that to a value that is closer to 0. So in this case, it's going to be 0.05%. Now we can close it, and again recalculate auto levels, Command L, and that's going to give us a whole different look. Now in some cases, this is just a matter of taste, so you may want to play around with these two settings and find out what works better for you. Now keep in mind, these custom settings will only apply to the adjustments made in film negative mode, and not in the photography mode. In some cases, you might find color film grain. This is easily corrected by going into the Refine tool tab, and then into the Noise Reduction tool. Let's take up the color slider to 100, and that's going to help us get rid of that. In some other images, especially where you have a lot of fine textures, you may see some moiré due to the interaction between the sensor and the slide resolution. To fix this, use the moiré tool and adjust the amount and pattern values to your liking. There is a setting that tends to work well in some cases, which is a 65% amount and around 15% in the pattern. Keep in mind that some tools are disabled when working in film negative mode, as they are currently not available. You can find more detailed information about these in the current release notes on our support site. Now, if you'd really like to use a tool that is currently disabled, you can always export your converted negative as a TIFF and then re-import it into your working session or catalog. It will then behave as a standard image, and all the tools will be available again. We hope this series has been useful. Now you have all the tools you need to make your negative film come to image. Thanks for watching, and see you in other tutorials.